round of applause. All right. Before we get started, I'd like to make one announcement. Let's keep your table talk down to a minimum to ensure the quality of the show. Be courteous to those around you. Now, without further ado, let's bring up your host and MC this evening. He just got done taping with Hellas DeGeneres for comic relief. So please welcome to the stage from Washington, D.C., the very funny Mr. Doc Barham.
Hi. How you guys doing? I'm Doc Barham. How you folks doing this evening?
Great.
You guys would suck at a rock concert with an attitude like that. You're like, you ready to rock and roll, Davenport? One fucking guy.
That was a girl.
Rest of you guys like, yeah. Rock and roll me, dude, go. Let's hear it. You guys doing some comedy or what? Make some noise! Hey, it's great to be here. This is my first time here at the Funny Bone in Davenport, and it's been a lot of fun this week. I've been spending a lot of time watching TV, keeping up with the news, like the William Kennedy Smith trial. That thing's finally over. You guys think he did it?
Yeah.
Really? Listen to the women. Hear the women. Yeah, damn right he did. The guys are just more like, I don't know. I don't think he did it, man. I don't think he did. I mean, come on, would you fuck a girl who had a gray dot for a head? Just that lilt hairdo and a big old gray dot. Just The Manuel Noriega trial, that's been going on still. Geez, that thing's been going on forever now. The transcripts from that thing are so bizarre. I read in that, or I heard on the TV when they were reading about it, that when they brought him to this country and to the police station, when they stripped him down, he was wearing red satin underpanties. Now that's gotta be embarrassing. That's gotta be almost as embarrassing as say you get in a car wreck, and they take you to the hospital, cut your clothes off, and you're still wearing that underwear your girlfriend gave you that says home with a Whopper on the front of it. I came here, I'm actually originally from Washington, D.C., and I had a very long drive up here. Some very strange stuff on the way here. For example, I was driving through, I can't remember where it was, I think it was in Kentucky. I passed through a Stuckey's that was missing a T. I like driving by going, Stuckey's? Apparently they've changed their menu since I was there last. Also, I passed by an animal hospital that was like in the shape of a cat and had been hit by a bus. No, I did. I got like pulled over by the cops 2 times coming here, and one of the times I got pulled over, this guy says I was doing 85 miles an hour. Now, I find that hard to believe as I drive a really crappy car. It's 81 Dodge Colt. Total piece of garbage, man. I got like one red door, the other door's held shut with a dog leash. I mean, the only way my car could go 0 to 60 is if I dropped it off a building. But the one thing that I notice is that everybody seeing me get that ticket has the exact same expression on their face. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's kind of like the cops versus the motorist, you know? And when you see that poor lost soul on the side of the road there getting a ticket, don't we all kind of drive by and have the same feeling? I mean, don't we kind of pass by and think, hell yeah, later, loser! Burn, baby, burn. You ever do that? You drive by a cop you're all pissed off at? You're like, fuck you, man. Top of the door's right here. Hey, I'm bad. There's actually a couple of nice things about having a crappy car. For instance, if you're ever in like some really heavy inner city traffic and you need to get over a lane, that guy can take one look at your car and tell your car saying, hey pal, I got a crappy car and I'm not afraid to use it. But I was actually thinking about getting rid of my car. I was thinking about buying a Lexus. That wasn't until I started reading that apparently Lexus is recalling thousands of new cars for what they call, quote unquote, minor technical difficulties. Minor technical difficulties that include melting brake lights and a cruise control that won't shut off. Well, now we know why the brake lights are melting, huh? But seriously, melting brake lights? Oh, I definitely want to be behind one of these cars, huh? Thinking of having a major acid flashback? dude, are those brake lights melting? And a cruise control that won't shut off? Who the hell invented this thing? Stephen King? It's like a bad horror movie, man. You walk into that dealership, it's like, yeah, I was hoping maybe you could help me find something to turn my car into a 2-ton hurtling ballistic missile of death. You probably can't help me out, can you? Hold on there, partner. Have I got just the deal for you? Come on over here and check this new baby out. It's our new model. It's the Lexus Christine. How about you take her for a spin, huh? So in the meantime, Mom, Pa, kettle right, they're clicking along the interstate. He pops in that cruise control about 85 miles an hour. Suddenly it takes off like a bat out of hell. It's just, ah, Mom, we're out of control! So then the door lock snaps down. Radio snaps on. Maybelline, why can't you be true? I said, Maybelline. So the car's auto alarm voice comes on and says, welcome to the new Lexus Christine. Your lights are on. Your door locks are down. Your brake lights are melting. And your soul is mine. See, I do spend a lot of time on the road, and I do spend a lot of time, well, you have a lot of free time as a comic, and I do watch a lot of television, as I mentioned before. And I have kind of a theory about TV that it's like computers. It's like garbage in, garbage out. There's so much stupid stuff on television, I think if you watch enough of it, it can't help but make you stupid. Like this commercial for Vaseline Intensive Care. Woman walks out, she has sort of a vacuous expression on her face, sort of a self-lobotomized look. She looks into the camera and she goes, sometimes my skin is so dry, I can actually write the word dry on the back of my hand. Yeah. Well, if you need to do that to tell your skin's dry, maybe you ought to etch the word stupid in your forehead while you're at it. That probably wouldn't help much anyway. You get to that bathroom mirror and be going, Dippets? Cool, you guys got that one. So many things in the mass media, the multimedia just gone to pot these days. The quality is just so poor, it's unbelievable. Radio, TV, newspapers, USA Today. There's a perfect example, that newspaper, geez. I read in there, a survey conducted recently shows that 3 out of 4 people make up 75% of the population. Another survey that I read said that drug use in this country in the past year has apparently dropped dramatically. Of course, lying has skyrocketed. And a final survey that I read said that every 30 seconds on this globe, somewhere a Julio Iglesias song is being played. It's true. And you know what that means? Every 31 seconds somebody's going, God damn it. In the same newspaper, USA Today, I read in the celebrity obituary column, it said that the Guinness Book of World Records oldest living person had died. Carrie White had died at the age of 116 years old. The last line of the obituary said, and I quote, cause of death has not yet been determined. Oh, let me take a wild fucking stab in the dark on this one. Probably not crib death. That reminds me of that commercial for Maxwell House 1892 coffee, right? Because the coffee just tasted better back then. Who the hell's around to tell us? Nobody, they're all dead. What are these guys doing? Like banging on some old broad's oxygen tent going, Mrs. Pittman! Mrs. Pittman! How was the coffee back then? TV drives me nuts, man. So much stuff on television. Oh, God. America's Funniest Home Videos. I don't know about you guys. I just can't take 30 minutes a week of watching Junior hit Pop in the Nuts with a croquet mallet. That's funny. That's funny. Woo! Sports Illustrated. I used to like that. Don't read that much anymore. They don't sell anything with sports. It's all what? Shoe phone, football phone, or swimsuit edition, right? It's like, if you like the beautiful models of last year's issue, wait till you jerk off to this year's. See, the guys aren't laughing too hard on that one. Shut up, dude. So many things on television are just crazy. The radio is the same way, man. Radio drives me nuts. The top 40 stuff, I just can't take it. The guys just seem so phony. The DJs, you know, it's just like,
You're listening to W107. I'm Dig Plastic, your DJ for the next 6 hours. Remember to lock it down and rip the knobs off.
I miss the old DJs. Those DJs who had that really cool style of their own, that charisma, like Wolfman Jack. Remember him? And that very, very hip coffee house beatnik, shades, beret, goatee kind of scat. Always would come in with,
all right, all you cats and kittens out there in radio land, this is your man for the hour of power. That lunatic lycanthrope howling to you over those supersonic waves of wonder, straight from the heart of WROX FM 99, your only radio power station guaranteed for blocks and blocks to rock your socks with the hippest, hottest tracks on whack all night long, babies. Right on, right on, right on, let's rock and roll.
that's what I mean. So much stuff on the television and multimedia. They say the median IQ in this country is dropping at a rate of approximately 3 IQ points every 5 years, based on the Stanford Binet IQ tests that are given. Like 5 years ago it was 100, apparently based on those tests this year, it's 97. So what that means is the world's not going to go out with a bang or a whimper, but just sort of a... Or this commercial for the starving Biafrans. Now I know we've all grown up with this commercial, seen it late at night and everything like that. But in the past year, because of the politically correct thinking, they've changed the commercial. They now preempt it with a message that says, the following may be inappropriate for sensitive viewers. So if you're a sensitive viewer, you should perhaps change the channel, tune in later. I'm thinking, aren't those the people you want to be watching it? Right? You want them to see that and go, oh my God, that's so horrible, where's my checkbook? Right? You don't want insensitive viewers watching that, do you? Going, bad, look at that limp! What about those flies around his mouth? That ought to make a meal, mister, huh? Stop your griping. Give you the perfect example of how television will make you stupid. It's actually happened a couple of weeks ago. My friends and I were sitting around at a party. We're watching an old Japanese monster movie. It was Godzilla vs. Megalon. You guys like those Toho films, Godzilla movies? Oh man, I love them, they're great. Oh. If you don't know why Godzilla keeps attacking Japan, it's very simple. It's because of those 2 Asian twins that stand on the edge of that cliff all the time singing, going, Godzilla, oh Godzilla. Shut the hell up! But now Godzilla versus Megalon. Megalon is like this gigantic prehistoric ankylosaurus, which is sort of like a cross between like a Texas armadillo and like a T-Rex-type dump truck. It's just huge. There's this huge spike tail coming out of his butt. Godzilla reaches down, grabs him by the tail, picks him up, starts whirling him around his head, and bashing him against the streets of Tokyo over and over again by his tail. The girl next to me, for the first time in the film, pipes up and says, I'm so sure. Could never happen. Well, what? His tail would come out by the roof. Excuse me, is this the first time the willing suspension of disbelief began to break down for you? There's got to be people who watch Looney Tunes cartoons. Wile E. Coyote falls off the 2,000-foot cliff, gets crushed by that Acme dehydrated boulder kid. They see him the next scene, they're like, no way, he'd be totally dead. Should have known it, man. She had dry written right on the back of her hand. Well, I'm going to have to get out of here, guys, but before I do, let me ask you all one quick question. It's kind of a sexual awareness quiz. And the question is, what is the most frequently heard sound in lovemaking? Jesus, you guys just have a plethora of answers, don't you? Ow! Are you done yet? It's like a Casio SK1 sampling keyboard. Ow! Are you done yet? Damn. Actually, it's the most frequently heard sound in lovemaking. Could it be A? Ow, 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 get off, you're on my hair. You're on my hair! Couple of you guys know what I'm talking about. The bald guy's looking at me going, what? Or actually, could the most frequently heard sound in lovemaking, could it be B? Can we go down just a little bit, please? by the sound of that, about half of you guys in here should have big-ass knots on your size of an egg. Or could the most frequently heard sound of lovemaking, could it be C, that really horrible sound that happens when two sweaty cleavages press together and go... I think it's C, isn't it? Man, isn't that the most embarrassing thing? Right, because there you are in the middle of the most wonderful thing that can happen, sexual union. You're there, I love you, it's so wonderful to be with you. Then all of a sudden, from the yawning bowels of hell, it's... Which of course is always immediately followed by what? The look of responsibility. You guys have been a lot of fun. I'm Doc Barham. Thanks very much.